Hold on. Let me take a sip.
All right, so we're halfway through the work week. We're here.
We're here.
Weird News Wednesday, one of our favorite days.
Are we starting with that or ending with that?
We end with that
Okay,
usually.
that's what I like.
Yeah.
I was like, don't ruin the format. It's early in the day. Okay.
No, but you've got a story you wanted to share with everybody.
Yes, I do. I had the weirdest thing happen to me.
I doubt that.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Like, oh no, Tori, you're only 30. It gets weirder in life. Thank you for that.
I've just been involved in so many weird situations. I don't think you could throw me.
That's true.
But let's bring it.
This was a weird one. So I was at the grocery store and just getting a couple of things to bake that I've needed at home, whatever. And I'm standing in the baking aisle. And I will say I was in yoga pants and like a cropped sweatshirt. It was just what was on my floor going, before I left. And the aisles are pretty wide, enough for like two people to pass with a cart.
Yeah, you're not
no
a large
problem.
human.
No. Well, so I found out. I had a very small in stature, creepy old lady in her massive orthotic shoes walk past me within 4 inches of my face and whisper, "You look like a child." And then just kept walking.
All right, that's pretty weird.
And I still don't know what she meant. And I didn't know if I should go run after her and be like, "I'm sorry, is it the way I'm dressed?
You're like, but I am a child.
Is it
mentally?
Is it
so,
because I'm not wearing makeup?
I just would never offer that to anyone, regardless of what they look like and who they were.
You look like a child.
What if you were? My daughter always looked older, and people always treated her like she was an adult, and she was not. Like the one time she got yelled at in an Easter egg hunt that I dubbed the Hunger Games.
Oh my God.
Screamed at, like in the face of. And my daughter was like, "I'm 12. So yeah, I feel like this day and age, you can't tell how old someone is really.
Here's so many things about it though that bothered me or that were confusing.
Never would have wagered that opinion to someone.
Did you need to be 4 inches from my face?
That's weird.
Like, have your opinion. Did you need to say it out loud? And then did you need to say it so close to me?
Well, and I don't like that. Definitely, I still maintain the 6 feet. If I can maintain more, I would.
Are you, as a little old lady in your orthotic shoes, not concerned about being in some stranger's presence?
Clearly not. Again, her shoes will protect her.
Oh, my coffee. And then what did you mean? Like, is it the way I'm like, I'm open to feedback.
You're giving this too much weight, but I'm glad that we're talking about it because it's just weird enough to have a great conversation about what she actually meant. Maybe you look like her granddaughter. Maybe she thought that,
You look like a child. I don't know if it's the way I was dressed. Like, you look like you're clearly 30 and you're trying to dress like a Gen Zer. So, like, you look like a child.
Yeah, but who is she to call out?
I don't know.
Listen, Nana, we didn't ask for your opinion. Also, maintain your distance.
I want to be like, your shoes are too big.
You're bold.
Yeah. Like, what do you I don't want to be disrespectful. I can't say anything back.
But it was, what was it?
Is it because I was in the baking aisle? Like, what?
So it was too drive-by enough for your brain to process a good comeback there?
Yeah, entirely.
I feel like we should always have a good comeback at the hip that is good for any sort of insult.
Again, I didn't even want to come back. I just wanted to understand. Again, open to feedback, open to criticism.
No, I want to come back just because I want her to have the same conversation in her brain for the rest of the day, regardless of where her dementia lies.
And then I wanted to avoid her for the rest of my grocery store trip. So then I had to go to the dairy section and saw her over there and waited because I was like, I'm not doing this again.
Wow.
Things that happen in Yarmouth.
Yeah, I like that though. That's at least made it interesting, right? It was a thought-provoking grocery store trip for you, right?
Just trying to get a cup of sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I would have been like, oh, I had so much material. I'm like working up a whole stand-up routine in there. And you're like, but what did I wear? What was I doing?
But what did I do?
But what about did she mean my legs?
Yeah, totally. I was like, are you telling me I'm skinny? Is that what you mean?
Do I look old? Do I look too old for this outfit?
Yeah.
Do I look young?
Yeah. I want a full understanding.
Oh no, I've already written a whole episode of a TV sitcom about it.
That's fine.
That's great. I like it. Thank you for sharing.
Speaking of TVs and sitcoms, can we get into what's roasting?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Did I need to ask you about anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Just because it's a great segue.
Yeah.
Tiger King, Carole Baskin, is closing down her big cat rescue.
Well, there's a reason why. She
can't afford it anymore.
Exactly. That, and she doesn't want to waste their funds. I love how she had this conversation where she's like, she's got less and less cats because they're not accepting more cats.
Well, they can't anymore. A law came into effect where they are not allowed to take them in.
Yeah.
Big Cat Public Safety Act. Federal law signed last year that prohibits private ownership of big cats, including lions, tigers, cougars, cheetahs, leopards, and hybrid breeds, which clearly is because people saw Tiger King and were stupid enough to go then get a cat.
I think that they
cat.
were trying to already do away with those laws just because of people like Joe Exotic, who's running for president from jail. We'll just leave that as it is. I don't think I need to say more on that.
I think you can write him in jail and he'll respond.
Yeah, of course. He's running for president. He's got a whole campaign in there.
It's insane. Is he still married? I can't keep up with him.
No, not to that guy.
Is he married to somebody else from jail?
In prison.
Oh, yeah. We did. We talked about this last season.
Yeah.
Just keep up, Tori.
I usually, when I'm having a conversation about Joe Exotic, it's in one ear and out the other because it's just such nonsense.
Yes.
It's laughable. It's like a punchline of a joke I can't remember.
Yes. You know what happened is that show came out at such a time where we had no opportunity but to invest.
It was absolutely.
That was it.
Yep.
It would have been a nothing burger, except we were all stuck at home and then not enough people seemed to realize the joke.
Yeah, but we were all sitting there watching it going, wait.
No, I don't think enough people were sitting there watching this going, this is hysterical and a joke and a bad idea. I think more people got invested in the story and the characters and took things way too far.
Maybe.
I mean, there was like a full-fledged new investigation in Carole Baskin on whether or not she killed her husband.
She definitely did.
Well, she can't afford her cats anymore. When
now
we had
she's got
100
no cats, what good are you, Carole?
And then she did the math for us. When
Nobody liked you anyway, Carole.
She was kind of weird looking. She was really bad on Dancing with the Stars too.
Terrible. And then last month or the month before that, she tried to be relevant again, saying, "Oh, the FBI found her husband." No, they didn't.
Well, maybe she's just trying to get money for her cats.
She made that up. Maybe.
When we had 100 cats, that was $1.5 million in overhead, which was $15,000 per cat. This is the math I don't understand. At 41 cats, it's over $36,000 per cat. As the population declines, it becomes increasingly inefficient use of donor funds per cat to operate a facility like ours. So the more cats you have, the cheaper they are?
Yeah, I guess when you buy food in bulk and stuff.
Yeah, but it feels like 100 cats versus 41 cats.
It's counterintuitive.
Like that is not bulk. Like I feel like, you know what I mean? Like what's that Oriental Trading, that website where you can order like a million of little dumb toys and things? Yes. That makes sense to me. When it comes to tigers, I don't think there's an efficiency in bulk tigers.
They're going to Arkansas and they're going to live on the farm. Isn't that what everybody says? Like, oh, the dog he's going to live on the farm and be so happy. But I guess in this case, the cats are.
Yeah, and they said that the farm in Arkansas has room to expand too in acreage. So this is just going to be a thing. But you know what? Kind of on board with decreasing the amount of cat parks.
Yeah, and taking Carole Baskin out of the equation. That's fine by me also.
Yeah.
I don't need to see her.
No, I'm
good. She's
thank
taken
God
up
we
enough
didn't get
of my brain space.
Thank God we didn't get another season or something.
Yeah. They tried. They tried with the footage that they had. She tried to block that too.
We will sell the sanctuary property and use the proceeds to fund these species saving projects in the
Wonderful.
wild.
Bye, Carole.
Does that mean we're done with you and we never have to talk about you again? Please go retire to Florida.
I would like
something.
that. Yeah. Yes.
Are they in Florida?
Yes.
Oh, no, they're in.
She's in Florida.
She is in Florida?
I think so.
You can see how much I know. All right, a little romance news.
Kate Bosworth, Justin Long.
Yeah,
I like this match.
The story of their engagement was so cute. And I thought so great.
It's all right.
You know what? I liked it. I liked that it put the reality of relationships on a map. And that proposals don't have to be this choreographed thing with her nails done and the photographer and you're in a perfect spot. And it doesn't need to be all this hullabaloo. It could just be we got out of therapy and we were talking about what each other needs. And I decided that I needed to be with you forever. So that was it. I asked, and I didn't ask, will you marry me? I said, you asked me what I needed. And I said, I need to be with you. Boom, done, engaged.
lame.
You like you like all the hullabaloo. You like all of the fanfare.
I do. Something. A small trumpet. Something.
How did that work for you? Did you have any trumpets?
Of course I did. He made he was
he did.
aggressive.
See, the proposal, I remember, the jokes that you always make that I come to mind is like, you didn't have an option. He just said, we're getting married. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was like a whole thing.
Oh, yeah, there was a whole thing. Like Whitney Houston playing on the clock radio, like could not have planned it. He didn't plan that. It just happened, but it was so bad. And I was like, oh, this is, we're really
That
weird.
is my worst nightmare.
Yeah, like flower petals, like hotel room. I felt like I was hostage. It was a lot.
We've talked about this.
It was a lot.
I was hostage.
I was like, I guess I say yes because you will murder me if not. No,
Otherwise,
no,
I feel
kidding.
you keep telling me this is happening, so
Right.
I guess I don't have a choice.
I guess we're doing this.
Oh my God. It is literally my worst nightmare. I think we've talked about this a couple times.
But at least it wasn't like in public in front of many eyes.
Yeah.
We chose to be out at the bar later. But yeah, at that moment in time, it was just private and it was just between him and I. I would not have liked that.
The thought of I'm going to alienate people.
Public spectacle.
People are going to hate me for this. As a Cape Cod girl, the thought of a beach proposal makes me want to throw up.
I don't hate you for that. I agree.
Oh,
it's so lame.
Just like literally, we live on Cape Cod and you decided to take a walk on, pick one.
Yeah,
close
right.
pasture.
Any of
Like,
the beaches.
ugh, I can't do it.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
agree.
point, even no matter how special the beach is, find literally anything else. I don't care if we had every date for the first year at a beach, do something else.
I kind of agree with you on that one.
I just can't do it.
I meet there with you.
The other one I refuse to partake in is like the slide the box over the dinner table.
Yeah.
Or like it's in the dessert.
Yeah, no, don't hide the ring in food.
No.
Please don't. It grosses me out.
The thought of that too, I just can't stand. Don't put it in a champagne bottle.
It's like double dare. Like if I have to dig into my food for things, or if I'm going to accidentally swallow something, I don't think that's great either.
Yeah, I mean, not me trying to plan a hypothetical proposal. As they say, you're very, very single. But that being said, you know what? It's because I just see everybody getting engaged, and you see all the different things in your news feed. Well, actually, now my demographic is all having babies, but past 6 years ago when they were all getting engaged, it was like, oh, keep scrolling. I can't see it anymore.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
I know. I don't.
My best friend, pretty much all my best friends proposed on a beach too, and my older brother, and I'm like, bleh.
Yeah, you're like, unoriginal. No, just for us, for where we live.
How about you just say, what's up? Should we put it in ink? And I say, great, let's talk about a prenup. And you can just like toss me something sparkly across the room.
I love that you said, let's talk about a prenup because you have nothing and live with your dad.
Thank you, jerk. Fuck.
I'm like, so you would lose in a prenup situation is what I'm saying. You want that money.
I'm not going to discuss my financial situation on a podcast for everybody to hear. Prenups are for everybody's protection.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
You're such a loser. Moving on back to other engagement, non-engagement, romance news.
Are they together? Are they not together?
We don't know.
Do I even care?
Yeah, we kind of care.
Do we?
Yeah, we kind of do.
Machine Gun Kelly and Megan?
I just want to know how she took the ring off. I really want to know. It was supposed to be spiky and that it was going to like rip your finger off if you try and take it. I want to know how she got it off.
Yeah, we want to know. She still has her finger, so this is BS.
But apparently they were seen in Hawaii, but they weren't affectionate with each other. They weren't touching. They were just sitting at dinner talking. Then they took a walk on a beach. I'm like, yeah, MJ Kelly and never mind.
We know. We know.
Them.
Those two.
If they're not like attached at the hip and sucking on each other's faces, then they're definitely not together.
No. So, yeah.
I mean, they definitely probably work together at the end of the night. You can guarantee that. But
that's it. That twin flame has been relit. I don't know.
Maybe they just decided to have a closure conversation in Hawaii.
I don't begin to know what celebrities have on their brain other than, that's it. It totally is.
Different level of fame than I can.
One last bang. One last check-in.
Why are you over there saying that like you speak from experience? You done that? Come back for one?
God, no. That was never good for my first. It's more of a lay there as it over.
You never had oh my God. This is so personal. You never had somebody that you were like, okay, this is definitely over, but I'm going to do that just one more time.
Yeah, I did. The one before him. Yeah. And And then I realized, I was like, okay, yeah, I remember it was not worth it. I just wanted to just focus on it and be like, okay, yep, we're good here. Thank you.
Now I remembered why.
Shake hands.
Oh my God, shake hands.
No, it wasn't that bad, but it was also not great. So I'm good. I'm right where I belong.
Yeah, but weren't you super young? You don't really know what you're doing when you're that age.
Well, it was complicated. The situation was complicated.
Sounds like there are details here I don't need to know.
Well, yeah, just not for this pod.
Got it.
That's a whole story. Like
different
this
pod.
would take a trajectory. We'll be here an hour.
Different pod.
A lot of explaining to do.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Got it.
And an admittance that I really don't need for everyone.
I'm trying to think if I have anybody that I like rounded back on. I don't think so.
That was it. I mean, it's not really a skeleton, but
I'm trying to think like maybe one. Did I know it was Dunzo?
you're like, just one more lick of this ice cream. Or I call it the totally unnecessary drink at the end of the night.
The way you phrase that.
I didn't mean to. So I glossed over it to next.
All right, we're moving on.
Next. All right. So can we talk? Not that Tori and I are both not sports people.
Sorry, I'm processing that.
She's curled up in a ball in her car seat over here. Hold, please.
You're being so mean to me today.
I'm grouchy. I got a lot going
You're
on.
taking it out on me.
I don't mean to.
All right, let's
Accept
talk.
my apology.
Let's talk about women's basketball since I have no idea.
Well, that's exactly it. So we could talk about our women's basketball national championship was won. So much fanfare for
I
this.
heard that, and this could be totally incorrect, but I heard that it was one of the most watched sports events in history.
Yes.
Between all sports ever.
Yes.
Crazy.
And Angel Reese got a FaceTime with Lil Wayne before
Casual.
before the basketball game. So this is how serious people have been following this story.
But I think the viewership is because it was multi-generational. You had people that were really interested in sports that were interested in this game watching. You had obviously everybody that typically watches sports, and now this is on a national stage. And then I'm pretty sure these girls are all TikTok famous. So they have the entire Gen Z. And who do we know who's behind Gen Z now? Are they all Gen Z? It doesn't matter. We have all the entire younger demographic all watching because they know these girls from social platforms.
yeah, and you can't leave behind Kim Mulkey's fashion, their coach, who it's outrageous.
Really,
some of the
I didn't
outfits.
see any of that.
Oh, Tori, you're the fashionista. Pull up Kim Mulkey and just go to images just so you can see what we're working with here. Because basically she's a sideshow in and of herself.
Oh, damn.
Right? She is like bringing Southern clown to a whole nother level.
Yeah, but I kind of love it.
Oh, I absolutely love it.
You coach a girls team.
Yeah, well, she's an
frickin'
Olympian, by the way. She
Casual.
herself is fabulous and
Amazing.
has been coaching. She coached Baylor for
Oh my God,
to a
you know
championship.
what? It's so unapologetic.
Yeah, she just doesn't care. And she's so expressive
Yeah.
and so loud when
Yeah.
she is on the coaching sideline. Like she walks the walk when you're wearing an outfit like that.
It's amazing.
You got to be able to show up personality-wise. And it was just like a combination of
Yeah,
all of that.
and
Her
guess
girls have
what?
personality. She's got personality.
Yeah, guess what? You get shit done.
Yeah,
Apparently.
it's larger than life.
Amazing.
By the way, she got $150,000 bonus for winning the national championship.
That's it?
Where the men's team got $400,000
Right.
for the national championship.
That's it.
And I get it; it's number wise and it's attendance wise. But now
You don't watch, it is not one of the biggest watch sports events across demographics in history.
right,
And then for you to get that payout.
right. I mean, that is
You
just
changed
what
the
it
contract.
is. Yeah. So that's that going forward. That's what we need to do is be supporting more female sports is what I've talked about. Whether
Yeah,
that it's
for
the
sure.
WNBA is salivating to get these girls into the league because this is going to ignite a whole new viewership.
Yeah.
And more money for everyone.
They changed the laws though, so girls that are playing collegiate sports can now get paid. And I think there was conversation that these girls can actually get paid more money when they stay in college than they can if they go to the WNBA.
Yeah.
So they might play out their eligibility and continue
Which
to
is
make money,
good.
which is smart. But it also just goes to show you, like, okay, if you're saying that private colleges will end up paying these girls more or universities than the National Basketball Association or whatever you want to call it, just goes to show you like the dichotomy between where women's sports actually is and then where it is valued financially.
I just didn't like the narrative of the conversation where women should basically be seen and not heard. It was, they were being obnoxious.
Oh, all of the different... Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. All of the different pieces. I don't even know.
So Caitlin Clark started this whole thing. Iowa's Caitlin Clark decided to, in a game prior, go like this with her, you know,
Yeah,
like,
you
you
can't
don't
see
see
me.
me, whatever. And so...
Which is sports.
The guys are way worse to each other.
And it's also part of the game. Don't you want to antagonize
Taunting.
your
That's
your competition a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a little bit of taunting there. And so Angel Reese took it to like the whole next level.
Yeah,
and,
I saw the clip.
Aggressively taunted back, which I'm like, go ahead.
After a win.
If
after
that gets you out of your gameplay, absolutely do it.
And after a good play, I think. And then did it back.
She did it not one time. It was like 4 times. It just became the way of the game. It was like, it was aggressive.
I don't know. I think
but
it's
it made
great.
me laugh. I was like, whatever.
Why are we trying
You're
to?
winning.
Why are we trying to put these girls in like you can play hard sports, but you also have to be polite about it?
There was also conversations about the ref and Kim Mulkey standing on the damn court. At one point, the ref had to like slap her back to the sideline. It should have been a technical foul.
Interesting.
So there is a point of sportsmanship, showmanship, and what you should and shouldn't do. But these girls were gonna win no matter what.
Yeah.
They had a national audience, and they showed up for it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit on the sideline and be like, well, you should have done this. Rarely are well-behaved women celebrated.
Yeah. Oh my God. Or
So you know what? Good for you guys. I'm proud of you. I'm so excited to see what you do
awesome.
for basketball, and I hope this continues that conversation just to raise the pay and awareness for everyone else. Keep doing it.
The other thing I saw was that the Bidens went to the game, or Jill Biden went to the game and made a comment afterward because the winning team gets to go to the White House.
Yeah.
And she made a comment like, oh, and I think Iowa should come too just because they played a really great game. And it like blew up the internet. And people were like, no, Iowa doesn't get to go. That's for the winning team only. And it was this whole thing.
Yeah.
Which to me is a little bit like, really, you guys? This
Well,
is what
they
we're
called the
arguing
dual
about?
invite a joke. It was just kind of
Like there was Jill just trying to be politically nice and being like, I think both teams played a really great game and it's had so much of a stage and let's celebrate that. They both played really well. And everybody else is like, nope, it's for winners only. Sorry, you get to be
LSU's
excluded.
That's Angel Reese also, who has just a larger than life personality. And she, you know, in the heat of all of everything that's going on, was like, no, I won. We won. Our team won.
Sure.
Like, we are the ones that are being celebrated
And
right
I
now.
do think if it
waters down the greatness of what we did.
I agree with that, but I also think too, there are moments to keep your mouth shut and have grace. And
Yeah.
like that could have been one. You didn't have to open your mouth and be like, no, it's for winners only.
I know.
Like, who cares? You still win.
Yeah.
And you're still gonna play again.
But here we are talking about it. So
Yeah.
she won again.
That's true. Yeah. Poor Jill was like, I just meant that everybody played really well. And
yeah.
like,
Well, you can't play both sides.
I'm trying
Sorry.
to support women and like women's athletes and in women's sports because this was a really great thing. And they're like, nope, sorry. Losers gonna be losers. Like, oh, okay. Never mind.
That is this team, though. That they've got an energy about them that it will not be denied.
Okay. And it
Sometimes just take your moment.
I wonder what the conversation would be if they were not women. I don't think this would have gotten a stage.
Well, that was exactly why this has gotten a national platform, and we're sitting here talking about it because people are still on fire, angry about the way they should have behaved or classlessness, and I don't care.
Classlessness?
Mm-hmm. I'm like, celebrate the way
Oh my
you
God,
want
have
to
you
celebrate.
ever watched soccer? Those guys are freaking brutal.
Animals.
Or hockey. The point of hockey is literally to beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, right.
But a few hand gestures in women's basketball is going to cause a whole upset.
And trash talking. All of a sudden, we're talking about class. So absolutely, I agree. Go speak up for yourself and say what you need to say. And
I think from
congratulations, LSU.
I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. I would say as a former athlete, there is a complete brain switch that happens when you step into your spot, whether that's a court or a field or for me, it was a stage, right? it is like almost an out of body experience. Everything you do outside in your life, all the cross training, all the eating, all the everything is for that moment. By the time you get into that moment, you are not yourself. You are entirely focused on what you're doing and on that. I can't imagine. It was completely competitive in a different way. So I can't imagine being in a game where there's way more of that competitive dynamic back and forth.
It's called adrenaline.
Right.
It's not you. It's like a junkie.
And it strips away all of the logical thought process of the trajectory of your behavior and brings it right down into the behavior in the moment, because the behavior in the moment is what's important to win. Yeah. Or to function or to get through. Yeah. Right. To do
the
your
task
thing.
at hand.
Yeah. I mean,
Whatever
it's the same thing.
is.
I talk about this all the time. Like, I had 3 stress fractures in my shins, and I'd be standing in wooden shoes in a corset on stage for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, blinders on, you just do it. You don't think about the pain. It literally doesn't exist. You just keep going. And all I was doing, it was a completely different thing.
It's performers in general. It's when they hit the stage and they don't remember what they said. Or
right.
Singers. It's just, that moment.
I can't. And then you get off and you're like, well, it doesn't make a difference. I have to defend myself because I did the thing, or I don't remember, whatever it is. So it's interesting from my perspective to see all the backlash. Like, I'm sure she doesn't even know if she did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 times. She probably has no idea.
Yeah.
She just went out there, she played her game, she won, she moved on.
Yep, exactly. And I don't care. And I'm there for it. Go LSU.
Yeah, agreed.
So it is time now for some weird news.
Love it. Weird News Wednesday.
Well, this dovetails nicely into what we were talking about, sexism and whatnot.
Oh.
A disgruntled shopper wants sexist Big Daddy steaks renamed.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
We're going to unpack this all together.
Okay.
A horrified Sainsbury, so this story is in the UK, shopper has demanded that the supermarket rename their Big Daddy steak after she spotted it in the shop last week.
Absolutely not, first of all.
As she believes the name is sexist and misogynistic.
How about we have slightly smaller ones that are called Big Mama?
Rose Robinson was left appalled when she visited
her name is Rose?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Poor Rose spotted the rump steak on sale that was labeled Big Daddy Rump Beef Steak, and she was bewildered at the supermarket's thought process behind it.
Does she know that the supermarket is like a buyer, not like a developer?
She's 38. She's not even that old.
Are the steaks good, though?
I don't know. I know. They look pretty good, right? She was just disgusted. Big Daddy Beef Rump Steak. I don't care what you call it.
I don't know. It kind of makes sense to me.
Right, but she's only 38. She's a mom of 3, insisted it was wrong, unnecessary to involve gender when marketing generic food items, and said there are plenty of other words that could have been used.
It's not a generic food item. You're not buying butter or cereal. You're buying steak.
Right? You're buying meat.
Why are we trying to general neutralize everything? And by the way, are we one of the very few languages that actually does that? Like, French and Spanish have gender everything.
Yeah. They have, like, items that are gendered.
I mean, things don't make sense. Like, vagina is male in French, which makes no sense to me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's everything is assigned a gender, sort of.
Right.
But it's not.
But apparently in America, we can't even have marketing steaks.
L and la, and now we can't say rump steak or Big Daddy because that's sexist. I'm here for it. They called her a steak Karen.
Yeah. Fully. Or like, okay, then don't buy that brand.
It is a weird news story just because Rose decided to take it to Facebook to make her own feelings known as she claimed the steak should be renamed.
And also, like, girlfriend, we have bigger problems when it comes to genderizing things. If we're fighting a stereotype, let's fight that stereotype, but let's go for something got a little more juice to it, maybe.
No pun intended.
No, every pun intended. Thank you. All right, that's all I got.
I just love the fact that this poor grocery store had to say something about it, like make a statement. Like they all had to have meetings about how we're going to address this situation. And their spokesperson said, "We strive to be truly inclusive as a retailer where people love to work and shop. Customer feedback is important to us, and we regularly review ranges in line with this."
You know, the buyer is like, I just thought it was a good brand.
Basically, they said no words, though.
Yeah.
Other than, we hear you, Karen.
Fluff. We appreciate the feedback. And moving on.
Now I have to go follow Rose on Facebook because I want to see all of her comments, but she did find herself the target of vicious trolls.
Thank God somebody roasted her.
Yeah, everyone's like,
Oh my God, the puns are so good. I love them.
I know. I have to leave this fantastic situation because I can't take it. You can get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Follow us on all the socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at The First Shot Morning Show. I am Tori Talks a Lot, and this is Stephanie in the Morning.
Hi. Bye. Have a great day.
See you Friday.
The First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.